Okay, this is Craig back with you. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to follow up on the video that we just did where we checked the price of what we know we can get on eBay for the phone, so we know what to base our offer on. I showed you the phone a while ago that was locked. I mean, not locked, but it was blacklisted. I'm going to show you another phone here that whenever it's not blacklisted, it shows clean. I just want y'all to see that it needs to say clean on iCloud status and blacklist status. And before you buy it, it needs to be logged out. It needs to be logged out of Find My iPhone. And because if it's logged into Find My iPhone, you can't sell it because it's going to be password protected, and it's going to be, you can't get into it. If it has a password, you can't get into it, and there's no possible way to get into it if it's password protected. You just can't do it. And so make sure that Find My iPhone shows off. If it doesn't show off when you get there to purchase the phone from the seller, make sure they log out of Find My iPhone right then. You have to watch it and watch them do it, and then turn the phone off, turn it back on, and make sure that it doesn't need a password to get into the phone. That's where you've got to do that. You don't want to come home and the phone be locked. So I just wanted to show you this, what it'll look like if the iCloud status is clean and the blacklist is clean. And you need to make sure that it's that way, or don't buy it. You don't want to buy it, because if it's blacklist status, like on the other one shows blacklisted, then it's either reported lost or stolen, or somebody's looking for that phone. It could be the carrier that the person didn't ever finish paying for the phone, and so you can't use it. So from there, I'm going to go back and show you where we looked up where we figured $150 would be a very safe price for the phone, and we talked about it might be worth up to $200 or so. Well, here's the best tip I can give y'all. If the phone has a cracked screen or has something wrong with it, you need to sell it on eBay. That's where it needs to be sold. Be honest, tell them what's wrong with it, and sell it on eBay and price it according to whatever's wrong with it. If the phone's in good shape and it doesn't have a cracked screen, I want you to sell it on swappa.com, swappa.com. This is the hidden secret that I want y'all to use. There's two major reasons why. One, the prices are higher and you get more for your phone. And two, there's three major reasons. The prices are higher, so you get more for it, and the phone or the buyers are not scam artists. You'll run into some scam artists on eBay. If y'all hear some snoring in the background, that's my bulldog. She's taking her nap. But we have scammers on eBay, because what they will do is they will buy the phone from you, and they will, when the phone gets there, they'll strip it clean of whatever they need, whatever pieces, and send it back, and they will tell PayPal and eBay that the phone was defective, and there's no way you can say it wasn't when it got there. And so they will believe those scammers every single time. Okay, it doesn't happen too often. It hasn't happened to me personally, but it will happen. It's big. So swappa.com is registered buyers and registered sellers, and it's a very honest place to do business. And the second thing is, the first thing was it's you get more for the phone. The second thing is it's more reliable and more honest. And the third thing is it costs less to sell it. On eBay, you pay 10% usually for whatever you sell it for. So if you sold it for $150, you pay $10 or $15 to sell it. On Swappa, it's usually $10 for any phone, and if it's over a certain amount, it goes to $15. And so at the most it would be $15, which would be comparable, but a $152 phone on Swappa is $10. And I don't remember exactly the price break, but it'll go up and it'll tell you when you list it that it's how much it's going to cost. But that's a straight up fee. Nothing else will come out of it, and not unlike eBay that has the additional fees. So Swappa is much better. It's a little bit more difficult to put it online, or to put the auction up, is because it's and it doesn't have, not an auction, it's for sale like a buy it now, but you have to verify the phone, as in you take a picture of the phone with the auction number, the number of the listing that you have, and you have a picture of it with a piece of paper with that on there to show that you do have that phone, and here's the verification that we have it. So Swappa.com is your go-to place to sell a phone, but you can't sell one with a cracked screen or any major issues. You can't sell it on Swappa because they don't, just like right here it says, no junk, only fully functional phones allowed. So if it's got something wrong with it, you got to revert back to eBay. But if it doesn't have something wrong with it, go to Swappa. Now let's look at this phone. We have an iPhone 6 Plus, right? And I found out since then that this is a AT&T phone. But you click iPhone 6 Plus, and here's the prices. Okay, here's an AT&T phone right here, 6 Plus, and so you click this. Y'all hear that snoring? Isn't it crazy? Snoring's louder than me. So now you can take and on the specs, you can look at it and it shows you what all you have, and what all's going on. But you can go back and you can choose it will say iPhone 6 Plus 16 gigabytes. So there's a 16 gigabyte for $199. Okay, and here's a 16 gigabyte for $199, both in fair condition. And here's a 64 gigabyte for $220. And so you go through this, but let's go back once and choose the AT&T side. AT&T 6X, 6 Plus, Verizon 6 Plus, AT&T right here. Now, again, it pulls up the same thing, but I want to make sure we're on AT&T, and so we're getting accurate pricing. So a 16 gigabyte is selling for $199. Okay, and it's AT&T and it's unlocked. We'll show you here shortly how, if you have an AT&T phone, all you got to do is go to their website and put in, and they unlock it for you, and it usually takes less than a day. But you got that, and here's, if you scroll down, it's the recently sold prices and phones that's been sold. And so it's a 64. Here's a 16 for 210. It was in good condition with OtterBox in another case. And here's a 16 gigabyte for 240. It's in great condition, is what it says, but it's listed under good. And so you can get more than what you can get for it on eBay. It's just a great place to sell your phone or sell your phones, because it's a more reliable place to sell it, and the price is better. So if you price it at, if you have, this is in fair, that means it's not in good condition. But you say, let's read it. Screen with noticeable scratches, a lot of cosmetic defects. So if your phone is in better shape than this one, then you can say that you have you can put it in good condition versus fair. And let's go back and I'll show you that. So we scroll down. Okay, you take off the news, you take off the mints, and you just leave good and fair, and you take off everything but the one it is, which is a 16 gigabyte, and it shows you the fairs go for $199, the goods go for $220 and up. So you can take that phone. Remember, we paid $75 to $100 tops for that phone, and you can sell it for, if it's in fair condition, you can sell it for $200. If it's in good condition, you can sell it for $220, $230, $240. What I always do every single time, if there's the phones that are for sale right here, and if they are for sale for $199, here's one that's $190. It's a, I don't even know what that is. It's an AT&T phone. It's gold. This one's gold and it's space gray. I will come in exactly what they're at $199. If there's somebody lower than me, I will go at $199. And if there's, but like on this 220, that's good. 230, that's good. 230, that's good. 240 is good. I will come in. This guy is wanting to sell his. He's reliable because he's been checked out, and so will you be. But he doesn't have a picture and stuff, and you fix your profile up. I would come in at $220 also, which would be a good $100 profit for the phone, and sell before these 240s and 230s would sell. And so that's what I would do. I would come in at $220, and if you have time to wait, if you're not in a hurry and you're not wanting to flip real fast, then you could put them at 230 to 240 and wait until yours is picked to be purchased. I like to flip mine. I like to roll with them, and so I would put mine at 220. I might even put it at 215, because if I just paid $100 for it, the $15 is going to be the cost to sell the phone, and I'm at $100, and so I'm good to go. I've doubled my money, and I'm good with that. And so I double my money and I run. And so I would come in at 220. If it doesn't sell within a day, I'd knock it down to 215, and at the lowest I would go would be 210 to try to make it a quicker sell. But if I have a bunch of them, I bought like 7 of them at one time of this exact same phone. And so I put like the ones that were in the worst shape at 220 and the ones that were in the best shape at 240, and it averaged out. They ended up selling for those same prices. They're always going to haggle with you and say, hey, will you take 210 for it? Well, I'll take 215, and you know, it's sold. They're always going to haggle with you, and that's fine. That's That's what's fun. That's what the good thing is. And so put your price, set your price, knowing you might drop a little bit. But the good thing is, remember, we were pricing it that we're going to be selling it at 150 and possibly up to 200, where you're going to get 220 for it, 210 for it here if you sell it. But don't price your phones by looking at these prices. Don't look at these and go, well, I'll sell it for, if I can buy it for 100, I can double my money. Don't do that, because if you get the phone and there's something majorly wrong with it and you can't sell it on Swapper, you'll have to sell it on eBay. So price your phones using eBay, and that way you can get that price for it. But when you come over here to Swapper, you're going to have usually, almost always, you'll have a bonus, because you're going to be able to sell it for more than what you're paying. So always use your eBay pricing to price the phone, because this is the worst case scenario. It'd be 150, and then when you come here, you'll be able to get a higher profit. And so spend some time when you get into places like this on eBay and on Swapper, and look and see what they say the difference is, why this one's 260 versus this one that's 220. You can look at the pictures and see, you can look in the descriptions, but see why they're selling one that's, these people are selling it for 260 whenever the other ones are selling it for 220. So look at the phones and see if you can tell the difference. Sometimes it's just a company that has purchased a phone and needs to get 260 for it versus 220, so they'll wait their time to be able to sell it for that, because they paid too much for it. That's what we never want to do. That's the reason why we base our price off as if we had to sell it on eBay for the going rate on eBay, that price that we knew we can. And then whenever we go to Swapper, we'll usually find that we can get more for it there if it's in the condition that we could sell it on Swapper. So that's what I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you what it looks like whenever the Find My iPhone is on and having the blacklist is clean. And I wanted you to see that, and I wanted you to see the secret tool that most companies don't, or most guys that are, or gals that are flipping phones don't use, and that's Swapper. They use eBay. That's what these gurus that think they know everything tell you to use, is eBay, whenever they're telling you to sell it for $150 to $160 whenever you can sell it for $220. This is the reason why I'm glad y'all are running through this course with us, because we've done this, we know it. We're not trying to we didn't sell you anything, and so we are here to help you along. So Swapper.com is the best place to sell a phone if it qualifies.